Pod Caviar. I'm your host, Tony, coming at you live from the Empire of Caviar Studios, located in beautiful Los Angeles, California. Welcome to the show. Today, we're going to continue down our self-healing series of podcast episodes, and I'm going to talk about how it's okay to forgive yourself. And I'm not saying cop a plea for yourself or give yourself some sort of easy out. No, it's okay to forgive yourself. And let's talk about some of the times where I've had to forgive myself for whatever reason. Ultimately, the goal is to get you to be a better person. And because I have been through my trials and tribulations and I've walked through my path of redemption, and I'm doing better each day, and I'm feeling better, and I'm thinking better, and I'm more positive. I still have my days, like I said in previous episodes, but I've come far enough to be able to look back and teach people and show people and just talk to people and share my experiences so that everybody knows that it's okay to fall down, but it's not okay to stay down. Before we get started, though, big shout out to the 1 Gram Army podcast. Graham is doing great things over there, man. He's got the soundboard. He's got the whole setup. Graham has put in a lot of work for that podcast. If you remember a couple months ago, about a half a year ago or so, he took a really long hiatus. He got a lot of stuff going on, and even before that, during the lockdowns and everything, he took a break to retool the 1 Gram Army podcast. He's got a great setup. All of his episodes are banging. I'm still on the show, so check him out. You can't know if you're not there, and you won't be there if you don't subscribe. And if, when you do subscribe, press the notification bell, ring that bell, so that you can know when he goes live or when he updates a new episode or when he does anything. He's on Twitch. He's wherever you get podcasts from. It's the 1 Gram Army podcast. What in the world? What happened to my music? Oh my God. Oh, okay. I think it's glitching. My GarageBand is acting weird, so it looked like my music was going to cut off. But I think we're good. I think the computer's got a gremlin in it. I got really, our backs are against the wall. We have no time to spare tonight. And that's good. And that's one of the things that I love about Pod Caviar is that we are mobile and we are always ready. And all we got to do is set it up, press record, and we're ready to go. I already got a topic in mind, been thinking about it for a week. That's how the podcast stays fresh, and that's how it stays ready to go. But like I said, you won't know if you don't subscribe. Pod Caviar is the most widely available podcast in the world. And because you have 2 ears, we have 2 podcasts. We already talked about the 1 Gram Army podcast. Now we're talking about this podcast. Yes, this one. Pod Caviar. Get it wherever you get your podcast from. It's painstakingly intricate plan to roll out Pod Caviar and make it the most widely available podcast in the world. It continues every day. We just loaded like 20 new repositories that serve, I'm pretty sure they serve Africa, the continent of Africa. So if you're in Africa and you're hearing Pod Caviar, welcome to the Empire of Caviar. Please subscribe and enjoy the piece and enjoy the show. Let's get into it. Shout out to SureCaviar.com too. I'm going to say something about Sure Caviar at the end and Game Caviar. But yeah, throughout my life, I've always been a hardest critic on myself. This is one of my ways of navigating through dealing with the constant judgment of other people. So, what I wanted to tell you about is it's okay to be hard on yourself. It's okay to be the hardest critic on yourself, but love yourself enough to be like, look, I didn't know whatever. I was sick. Look, I spent a majority of my adult life through my military service not knowing that I had these deep-seated mental health issues that came up during military service that didn't get treated well. When I went and got treatment, they just threw pills at me. These are the stories that you know. These are the stories that I've told you a million times before, right? Just listen to the other episodes. And then um, because of that, I was always like, I don't know. I've had bits of anger. I always felt like nobody really listened to me. I hated that. And there was just so much anger and so much rage in me. And it caused me to do a lot of dumb shit. Not even gonna lie. Not even gonna fucking lie to you. I was a wild man, mad problematic. People that know me will tell you. But when I finally crawled out of there and I got the treatment that I needed and I saw how I was the problem and that my actions caused a lot of damage in my life, I was mad at myself. Like, I really hated myself for that. But one day I sat down and was like, how am I going to be mad at myself for not understanding that I was that bad off or that sick mentally, that I was just not myself because of what I went through and how it altered me. So why would I hate myself when I didn't know where I was or where my mind was or what my mind was doing? Looking back at some of the things that I've said and some of the things that I did, it was really hard for me to, I had to get down to the bottom of it. And like I said in the last episode, you have to do the 5 whys. This is something that I learned from my job and I incorporated it into my life, and I'm giving you the same option and same insight. Ask yourself why 5 times. So why am I so mad at myself? Because of what I did. Why did I do what I did? Because and you're not always going to get through the 5. Maybe you get to 3 and you'll figure out why. Once you do that, once you find the root cause of the problem and you figure out what you're going to do to fix it. Well, I'm in treatment. I go to therapy. I have this podcast. I'm more active. I do the coping mechanisms that's positive for me when I feel like I'm slipping back into depression or depressive episode. And there you have it. What I did in the past is in the past. The only thing I can do now is not go back to that. Continue moving forward. Continue moving away from who I used to be so that I can become a better me going forward. Be a better example. But don't always beat yourself up for whatever it is. You failed the test? Okay. 5 why yourself. Why did you fail the test? And how are you planning on not failing the next test? Yes, and of course, criticize yourself. Be critical of yourself. Sometimes I still do that, but I don't dwell on it, and I don't keep myself down in the trenches. I don't wallow in it. I don't roll around in the mud. I get mud on me, but then I hop up out the mud. Hop up out the mud. How long have you been in your own mud? How long have you been dragging yourself down into the trenches? How long have you been standing in your own way? You got to move. Like they say in the military, you lead, follow, or you get out of the way. Which one are you going to do? Are you going to lead yourself to a better life and a better self? Are you going to follow behind somebody like me that's teaching and speaking on being motivated and more happy and more understanding and more critical of yourself, but critical in a way that leads to a better you? Or are you going to get out of the way and just get back in the mud and stay in the mud? Which one are you? I mean, are you going to do better or are you going to stay in the mud? That's really your 2 options here, right? Pigs love being in mud. Is that you? No, of course not. You're not a pig. You're a human. Get up out the mud. You have you. You have you. And if you don't believe in you, if you don't love you, if you don't forgive you, why would you expect anybody else to? So why are you still in the mud? Take my hand. I'll pick you up out the mud myself through this podcast. Let's go. I love how I'll be recording and then all of a sudden you'll hear like in the background. It sounds like I'm at Daytona Speedway. But yeah, pick yourself up out the mud. Come on, man. You're going to be mad at yourself forever? You're going to be mad at yourself forever? How many people have you forgiven that didn't deserve forgiveness, though? But you can't forgive yourself? Now, I know some things it's going to take forever to get over, and I'm not speaking on that stuff. Like if you were driving drunk and you end up killing a kid or something, I can't help you on that. That's major. I'm talking about like small missteps in life, or even moderate, medium-sized missteps in life. That's a big, huge, gigantic misstep, and you can find salvation through yourself in that. I imagine it's going to take forever, but you got to take a first step. You got to take that first step and decide to do it. And then each day you need to continue moving forward. Even a half step forward is a step forward. Remember that. Remember that. Don't go back, though. Try to live your life without regrets. Every bad situation and every good situation is both a learning situation. So, do you lose? You learn. Have that mindset. Keep going. Forgive yourself. Shit happens, bro. Shit happens. Isn't that what they say in Forrest Gump? Isn't that what they say in reality? Shit happens. Because it does. Love yourself enough to pick yourself up out the mud. Every day, every week, because things are so hectic now. Kids are out of school. Field trips, not field trips, but family trips are coming up. It's a lot of moving pieces going in the background. So, yeah, I want to say every Wednesday we'll have a new episode of Pod Caviar. But if I miss a Wednesday, I'm here now. It's, Tuesday. So the next episode is probably going to be delayed, too. But I'm here. Do I get disappointed that I missed my deadline for the show? Yeah, of course. But it's because life gets in the way, and I'm enjoying life, and I'm doing great things. And that's a little bit of forgiveness I give myself. Yeah, get mad. I get mad at myself. I shake my head. I'm disappointed in myself. But then I'm like, you know what? I'm out here living. I'm out here living. And I can walk outside with a smile on my face knowing that I'm not giving up on podcasting. I'm not giving up on all my goals. Timelines shift both ways, to the left or to the right. You know? That's just how it goes, man. But, like I said, you have to love yourself and forgive yourself. All right? I'm going to take a little break right here. I got some things going on in the household that I got to take care of, but I promise you I will be right back to not forgive. That's the theme of the episode. But to continue talking to you, bro, let's take a small break. While we're doing that, head to shirtcaviar.com, scroll down to the bottom of the first page, and if you see something that you like, use code OGA for 10% off your order. We have caviar fits now. You can wear Shirt Caviar from head to toe. You won't know if you don't go to shirtcaviar.com. Give me a second. I'll be right back. All right. And we took a short break, but actually it was a couple days later, because now it's Friday, June 24th. The Supreme Court has just repealed Roe versus Wade, and now abortion isn't protected under federal law as a citizen's right. And once again, old out-of-touch people have decided on a issue in America that they don't actually understand, because it's not the 40s anymore. I'm going to tell you right now, the next American Revolution is going to be getting these boomers out of office, because why in the world would we have the oldest out-of-touch people running the country when most of the people in the country are not of the same generation? It makes no sense. I hate that. I hate how the government thinks that it can govern what a individual citizen does with their body. You don't have that right. You do not have that right. How does it feel to be a woman in America today? Huh? How? One of the positive things, quote unquote, that I saw, there was a bunch of news releases that said a bunch of corporations will allow their employees to travel safely to an abortion zone in the country to have the procedure if needed. And they would pay up to $4,000, one of the companies. Good. Good. You do not have the right to govern a woman's body. That's Snippy in the background tiptoeing. Even he's fed up with it. Osama bin Snippy is mad. You do not have the right to govern what a woman does with her body. She should not have to leave the state to get an abortion. Are you crazy? Dude, if it was men that gave birth, this would never be an issue. You got to leave the women alone. You got to leave them alone. As I'm on TV, I'm on YouTube, I'm watching people downtown LA protesting, taking over the freeway. One thing I love about LA is that people will say, fuck this, it's time to go march. And they'll do it. This is downtown LA. Let's see, what what street? What area is that? Show the street signs. Thank you. Oh, no. But yeah. And this was rumored to come out a few weeks ago. But today, officially, it came out that they, what is it, repealed? Yeah, repealed Roe versus Wade. Oh, people are throwing the street cones at the cops. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This guy is like taking pictures as press, but he's on rollerblades, and it's so cool. Somebody throwing shit. This shit is about to go down in LA, and it should go down across the country because the government should not be allowed to govern what a woman does with her body. I'm Catholic, bruh. Listen, I get it from a religious standpoint. No, you don't want abortions. But we do not base every aspect of our reality solely off religion. And if you do, you're wrong. Not everybody is, oh shit, the cops are chasing people. Uh-oh. Not everybody is the same religion. Not everybody believes in the same thing. You have to let people do what they want to do. I don't care how distorted it gets. Dude, this fucking group in downtown has surrounded the cops. They're throwing beer and shit on them. Oh shit. Oh, it's going down in LA and across the country because the government has overstepped its boundaries and you have done the unspeakable. Every day our government lets us down just this much. And I'm speaking for myself, solely myself, and I'm using my free speech to say this because the economy is in the toilet. Gas is at an all-time high. You can't rent. You can't eat. You can't survive in America. And instead of fixing that, they went to women and said, you know what? You do not have the right to have an abortion because we said so. The fuck out of here. Get all the way the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Fuck out of here. And then all these governors, they quick to immediately ban abortions in their dumb fucking states. This state has always been a pro-life state. Fuck you, suck a dick. How the fuck do you know 100% of the people in your stupid fucking state believe in pro-life? No, you dumb son of a bitch. You do not have the right to govern what a woman does with her body. Wrong is wrong, and the government is 100% wrong. This is stupid. This is stupid. Gas is like $7 fucking. When are you gonna fucking do something about that? Gas is $7, but you're worried about what a woman does with her fucking body? Fuck you. It's stupid. It's so stupid. It's stupid, bro. It's stupid. It's stupid. Look at everybody on the Supreme Court. They're affecting a generation that they're not in. That's the biggest issue. Look at all the people in Congress. They're all old. They don't get it. They don't understand. Freedom. The land of the free. The land of the free. You're only free if you're a man. And that doesn't apply to all colors of men. You got to flee the state to get an abortion. A company has to pay to like smuggle you out of a state in America, the land of the free. Like, what the fuck? People are they're leaving the scooters in the street. This is downtown LA. What's going on in Portland? Portland is like if war is gentrified, it would be Portland. I'm convinced the majority of the people, they wake up, they go to work, they work their normal jobs, and then everybody clocks out at around the same time, and then they all get into their gear and they go and they fight for their rights, and it's like some gangs of New York, like but like Portland, gangs of Portland. And if the government would just do the right fucking thing and leave people alone, then everything would work out, right? Leave women alone, specifically. Take care of the gas prices, raise the minimum wage, give us free health care, eliminate student loans. I mean, it's not hard. Universal basic income, free health care, reparations, and eliminate student loans. And leave women alone. Save the best for last. This is a wild ass time, bro. A wild time. The highest court in the land got it wrong. And that's terrible. That's a horrible precedent to set. You take away the right. You take away the right. You look at a woman and you say, you don't have the right to do that. You don't have the right to do that to your own body. Like, what? Fuck out of here. What? There's no fucking way. We've always been a pro-life state. Suck my dick, you fucking loser. What has happened, boy? Who is it, boy? Who is it, boy? Is it the feds? They're coming to get me. They're coming to shut down my freedom of speech podcast. I don't even like getting political on the podcast, but this is bullshit. Like, are you out of your fucking mind? This is bullshit. This is bullshit, bruh. The definition of it. We got about 5 minutes left. I'm just gonna rant and rant and rant and rant. The government, this is the same government that can't do nothing about mass shootings. Like, about, what is it, 20 kids literally got shot. Imagine that. Imagine that. Imagine that you're forced to have a kid, and then the kid goes to school, and then the kid gets killed. The kid gets shot. And that's a real reality in America. The land of the free. You're free to send your kid to free public school, and somebody has the right to come in there and do horrific things. Because you can get a gun in America, but you can't get an abortion. You can send your child to school. You can buy a bulletproof backpack for your kid to go to school because so many kids get shot and killed at school in mass shootings. But you can't get an abortion. You're damn right. You are forced to have a kid that will statistically be in danger of getting shot in elementary school. They're not even going to high school. They're not even going to middle school. These are kids, elementary school kids, bruh. But if you're a woman, you have no right to get an abortion. Are you out of your fucking mind? It's up to the state that you live in. What? The state isn't your body. It's up to the state that you live in. If you don't like it, you can move. Get out of my state. Fine. Fuck your state. I'm glad I came out to California. Not every area is like SoCal, but SoCal is so multicultural and it's so open and expressive, and it's alive, and people just they live, and everybody mingles. Yeah, I mean, there's crime and shit. It's 10 million people here. You're gonna have crime, all right? Welcome to America. If you live in a certain state, they control what you can and cannot do with your body. Welcome to America. Oh, do you have kids in elementary school? Well, you might want to invest in some armor for them, for your kids. Are you shitting me? The government doesn't care about mass shootings, gas prices, health care, student loans. They don't give a shit about anything that matters. But if you're a woman, they want you to know that they control you. They can tell you what to do with your own body. And if you don't like it, you can move to another state or get smuggled out by your company. Thank God these corporations are stepping up and not being quiet about this, because it's bullshit. We got about 1 more minute left. Thank you for listening to Pod Caviar. This has been 2 unbelievable episodes mushed into one, because the first half was great. You got to forgive yourself when you do fucked up shit. Don't be too hard on yourself. Learn and then move on. And the second part is the government, the Supreme Court is full of shit and they fucked up. You need to leave women alone. You cannot govern what a woman does with her body. The state is not the body, so the state should not govern what certain citizens do with their personal, private bodies. Worry about the mass shootings, the gas prices, the health care, the student loans, and infinite amount of other things you could have fixed. But instead of fixing something, you took freedom from some of your citizens. Ugh, I'm out. Peace.